Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. That's my way. That's my way. That's my way. That's my 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 don't stop. This game ain't nothing. I'ma wait to the top. Pile up this money. Just set it on fire. 'Cause it don't mean nothing. Here's one for the night. Don't waste my time.
Hey guys, Tony Soysauceassassin, welcome to another cigar review. And today, to keep my reputation as one of the person with the most Oro Blanco video related to me, second to a Davidoff themselves, okay? I am doing another Oro Blanco review, and this time is the Oro Blanco Special Reserve 111 years. And as you can see, this one is smaller. I mean, the original one is smaller than the new one, and the box are slightly different as well. But let's take a quick look at these two cigars, and then we'll talk about this. Okay, Davidoff Oro Blanco Special Reserve 111. MSRP $750, comes in 6x54. Toro. This is a Dominican Republic Puro, with the wrapper being a Dominican Republic 4-year age tobacco, binder being a Dominican Republic 20-year age tobacco, and the filler is Dominican Republic 2x18 and 3x17 years aged tobacco. So there is 5 different fillers in there, 1 binder which they changed from the original Oro Blanco. The regions are Piloto, Mao, Navarrete, Bonao, and Yamasa, which I kind of come to question that whole number thing, because some of these places still produce tobacco, I would think. But you know, whatever they say is correct, it must be correct, because somehow they got a hold of some sort of binder at 20-year age, and they say 111 years is a combination of all the ages of all the tobacco used. Like, why wouldn't you just, like, you know, technically, like alcohol, you use the lowest year. So the lowest year for this one should be 4. But technically, yeah, the 4. So this technically should be 4 in the alcohol term, right? You know, because if you gotta use the age statement, you use the lowest amount. You wouldn't use the highest amount, right? And this one is a combination amount, which is kind of typical in the cigars age combination thing. They really talk about it's only rolled by master roller supervisor with 20 years experience, which I don't think I question that, because, you know, they can do that. It's actually quite normal to do that. The supervisor still rolls up. If you can look at these two cigars, they look very, very similar. Only the main bang will change, boxes change, very similar. But the new box has a magnet pulled out, and the old box has a finger pulled out. So let's get started and look deeper into these cigars. Okay, we're back. As you can see, put it on because it's kind of getting cold. It is kind of getting cold. Anyway, let's see. Oro Blanco, packaging, a little bit bigger than the original, a little more decked out than the original, but obviously $750 versus $500 MSRP. Now it's about $600. I think it's got like $650 now. And inside comes with this new cover. It's a little bit better, but not really, kind of thing. And the old one doesn't. So, and this is really what changed on this particular cigar. Is these are like aluminum bar or metal bar of some sort. This is actually metal, like brushed aluminum looks like, right? Yeah, brushed aluminum. And obviously they are celebrating that 111. And you can see there's like no pull tag whatsoever. This is just a magnet. All right, so On the side it says 111. The other side says exact same thing. It doesn't pull out. It's blocked in there, so when you do that, it doesn't come all the way out. Obviously over here it does say Special Reserve 111 and gold Davidoff. Okay. Just want to see you guys, show you guys the difference, right? Then the 01 is just a plate. Okay, 01 is just a plate. All right, now I can put this away because I'm not gonna smoke that one today. But I will smoke this one today. Oh, another one. There you go. All right. And wow, we're gonna burn down $750 in minutes. Double check there's nothing. There is a velvet bottom. But yeah, nothing else I can show on this box, so I put it away. You know, use it as a single cigar dry box. All right. Cigar itself. When I was taking the B-roll, I didn't take the cigar out, I think. So I'm gonna show you guys closely how the cigar looks like. And in order to do that, I had to record it this way. Well, that way, this way. So, like that. There we go. It's very similar to the original one, but it's not as dark, I think, out of the box. I think the original one is slightly darker. This one is more spotty, more leafy and oily than the previous one. On the band, it says Special Reserve 111. The 01 doesn't say that. It says, I think it says 2024 or something like that. And here's the foot. Here's the cap. And that cigar, the rest of the stuff is the same. Even the Oro Blanco band is the same. Yeah. And the really difference is that Oro Blanco always use like the silver platinum lining, whereas the original one uses usually gold. Okay. Now let me see if I can put some B-roll here or not. I don't know. Does people want a B-roll? All right, we'll be right back. Okay, here we go. B-roll. You can see the bands are both silver, but now the new one is like ridged, pressed. So there's a little shine to it. And like I said, the new one says Special Reserve 111, and the other one says Special Reserve 2002. In terms of the color, like I mentioned, the 01 is darker. The 01 is like 2 shades, maybe 3 shades darker, more chocolatey. The other one is all more brown. And the last side, not much to it. If I look at the footing, yeah. Like I said, the 01 is darker by a little bit. All right. Okay, now that we are done with all that showing, let's get started with the cigar. Whew. All right, let's go. Oh. Wow. All right. There's a little bit pepperiness on the foot. Now, if it's closer to this side, there's not much smell to it, but it's closer to that side. It has a little bit of peppery and fruitiness to it, like dry cocktail fruits kind of thing. Oh, my nose. All right. Let's cut it, light it. I don't have to cut a lot of cap off It is Oro Blanco. The draw should not give me any issue. If it does, man, Master Roller, really? All right, draw's good. Tastes kind of like fruity, like chili pepper. Wow, even the dust is spicy. Wow, that tobacco bits really, really spicy. Okay, and it does have a little bit dry fruit taste to it. All right, let's light it up. Now, if you're smoking a cigar like this, you don't want to just light it up. You want to get a little bit of smell of that toasted smoke as well, because it's supposed to be really good. It's part of the enjoyment, right? Now, all the cigars go through that much fermentation, aging, where, you know, majority of the water is gone and majority of the oil has surfaced. I mean, usually it should smell like a nice firewood or some sort of thing, you know? So I will enjoy that a little bit. Actually nice, very mellow, soft wood smell. Yeah. And like that's part of like toasting, I guess, if you want to call that toasting. I mean, I don't really like to toast cigars because I don't think the first pop matters that much. But since it's you can smell that, why not? All right, here it goes. Get a little bit of sweetness, a little bit mineral, almost metallic. Woodsiness, hay-like, almost clay. A little bit of earthiness. Again, there is that dry fruit on the nose. A little bit leafy. Surprised, Dominican tobacco, and it's not nutty a little bit. Kind of smells like dark burnt chocolate, like 99% dark chocolate kind of thing. That, or the, kind of separated from that fruitiness though. Very little bit of ammonia, just very little bit. I don't know why. Shouldn't be after the age for that long. Just a little bit, very tiny. Like could be came from that. A little of the leafiness combined with that fruitiness, but just a little bit of ammonia. Anyways, let me smoke 1/3. We'll be right back. All right, so we're at 1/3 point, and which is really interesting because at the beginning, it was leafy. It has this like weird citrus to it, and it was confusing. It was some sort of spice and mineral combination in there. It makes it really leafy. But once I reach probably the second, third point, it's a lot like the old Oro Blanco. Now it's woodsy, leathery, It's got a little bit of sweetness to it. Caramel. And then a little bit nuttiness to it. Like, it's got everything a lot like the original Oro Blanco right now at this point. So first stir is kind of confusing. And maybe that's the new stuff that they have in there. And the second stir is a lot like that Oro Blanco with a little bit more of that damp leafiness to it. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. But you can tell that tastes like the original Oro Blanco. The second stir. The beginning of the second stir. So, I don't know if I like the new way of things and the first stir, but the second stir is going back to the old way of the Oro Blanco. It might even go completely back to the original Oro Blanco, which it's like, why do I pay $750 for this? But we'll see if it gets better. It gives me something more, right? But right now, shines a little bit, comes back. It tells me that, hey, you got something to hope for. If you don't like 1/3, second stir, you might like. So let's smoke the second stir. Be right back. All right, second stir. I don't know. It's not as smooth as the original Oro Blanco. It has a little bit more flavor to it. It tastes like there's some sort of spice to it, like baking spice or something like that. In addition to the original flavor, it adds the flavor to it, but because of that, it's less unified, less smooth. It feels like when you have two main characters in a movie, and like, who are you paying the focus to? It's a question. And then now it's getting into the last stir and has a little bit more creaminess to it and a little bit saltiness to that. But it changed that dynamic again. It's not like, I don't even think I should compare that to the original Oro Blanco. Original Blanco is very balanced. And this one tastes relatively unbalanced. All right, relatively unbalanced. But here's that Oro Blanco band. You can see the ridge on top made it shine even more now, which is kind of cool. Yes, they made a change. But I don't know if I think this change to this 111 years is a pleasant change. I think I enjoy the original Oro Blanco more. And that could be because I smoke a lot of original Oro Blanco. And this is the first time I'm smoking this. But it's just not as pleasant. I mean, the added featured notes in here are, in my opinion, not necessary. All right, here's the band. As you can see, this side, Special Reserve 111. Which, why would you combine it? But again, you know, that is the way it is. But yeah, that's the new band. It's just, yeah, it almost tastes like there's a nutmeg too now. It's just not unified, not as smooth, not as calm and elegant. Now it's just like we try to add some more to it, and that some more, it adds a dimension that maybe not necessary. Some people might like it, but I feel like it's not necessary per se. The burn line is fine, construction is fine. It's just, and it's still a good cigar. It's just, what I feel is the additional stuff was not necessary. The original was actually a little bit better. And that could be a nuance too, because I smoke a lot. Like I said, I smoke a lot of the other one, and I feel like I like that one, and anything additional might give it a little bit more blemish than before. Okay, so yeah, last stir. We'll be right back. Okay, we're done. Now, last stir. I think the strength died down. It was about medium. Now it's more like a mild medium. And the flavor went from very similar to the previous one to nutmeg, fruit, creaminess, a little bit woodsyness, a little bit, very tiny amount of tingliness of pepper, and maybe a little bit of like a chocolate bitterness. But it's really hard to tell because that nutmeg will cover everything up. All right, maybe a little bit nuttiness. and it's not smooth like the original Oro Blanco. It's not smooth. It's not like the elegant. Hold on, go watch my previous few Oro Blanco reviews. It's just not the same. It doesn't have the same kind of smoke output. It doesn't keep lit the same way it's supposed to be at the original Oro Blanco. It's not smooth. It's not as elegant. It's not as enjoyable as that previous cigar. Now, if you never had the original Oro Blanco, you probably think this cigar is not bad. Okay, it's got flavor. But I don't think the flavor delivery was the same way as the previous Oro Blanco. Previous Oro Blanco, when you smoke it, it's like, this cigar is beautiful. It's good. It's enjoyment. I can see why they came out with it by looking at the sunset or something like that, you know. And you'll constantly want to go, you know what, maybe I'll celebrate or something like that. But this one is, I feel like it's like, all right, we don't have those Oro Blanco anymore. Let's take all these really aged cigars, since it's got to be Puro anyway, it's got to be very similar, but better. And then put it together, it's got some similarities and then some. And because that and then some, we can say that's better. But sometimes perfect is not perfect, right? Adding something to something that is already good doesn't make it better when it comes to cigars, right? Just because, oh, like let's just toss all the notes in there and now it's better. No, sometimes you just need everything that works together at the end. Don't put another thing in there just to ramp it up or something like that. And obviously, they don't have the same tobacco anymore, right? I read a little bit into it. They changed the binder and the filler. And the wrapper is just significantly younger, right? Now it's 4 years. So they try to make it up by using the filler and binder to replace a good cigar. And I don't think they did that. I think that they completely changed Oro Blanco. This is not Oro Blanco anymore. This is more like we try to make something out of rarity, and into something that is comparable to Oro Blanco, but it's not. It's not. I think I enjoy Oro Blanco way more. And I kind of don't really like to give a price for Oro Blanco because I like I said before, Oro Blanco is not one of those cigars that you smoke because you care about how much money it is. You smoke it because you want to. They make a cigar, put it out there, you wanted the cigar, and this is why you bought it. Not because you think the price is great or it's got to be worth it and stuff like that. The moment that you pay that $600, you know it's not worth it. There's no cigar that should cost $600. And this one, $750, definitely not worth it. Not even close. Not even close. Like, I mean, I was excited. I wanted to try the cigar, and I was thinking that it's got to be even more elegant, even more smooth, even more enjoyable. And I didn't get that. I did not get that. I smoked. The more I smoke this, the more I want to smoke the old Oro Blanco. All right. The more I smoke this, the more I want to smoke the previous version. I was like, oh man, that makes me miss the old one. So that didn't do a good job for this particular one. Now the box is cool. They ramped out the box. They redo the whole thing. Okay, that's pretty cool. And it's a conversation starter. It's a celebratory cigar. It's a, I don't know, flex. It's a, I've done it. Like, I smoke a lot of cigar and I've done it. One of the most expensive cigar. One of the most. Not the most, but one of the most. I've done it. You know, the top tier of Davidoff. Boom. Did it. But it's definitely not that good. Okay. So if I was, like, I'm not afraid to give this cigar a price range of $30. It's like a $30 cigar to me. In fact, I think the Davidoff Maduro was more enjoyable. All right. Now, if you give me this one and the old Oro Blanco to smoke, I probably right now at this moment I would say I want to smoke the old original Oro Blanco because that one is just that much more enjoyable compared to this one. Now, other people might say differ, but I think by this point I know the original Oro Blanco flavor quite well. That I enjoy that one way more. It's way more balanced. This one, they add a few things in there. And there's, like I said, similarity. And that similarity made me want to smoke the old one. The similarity didn't make me feel like this one was better because they added more onto that. Right? It's like driving a Honda Civic. It was perfectly tuned. All right? Perfectly tuned. And then you decided to add decals and chrome gold to the outside of the car. And you're like, that just made it super rice, man. It doesn't add anything to it. It's like that. And then they're like, your car was better if you take off that gold chrome wrap. And this was like that. Like, if you didn't add all that, you just try to create the same thing using the tobacco that you have somehow, it will happen perfect. And this one does. Now, like I said before, this kind of cigar is for you. You want to smoke the cigar. You want to celebrate your success. You has come to a point that you can afford this kind of cigar, and this is why you want to smoke the cigar. Not because the cigar is worth $750. No way. No cigar is worth $700 or $750. No cigar is worth that. But the question is, are you worth $750? If you worth $750, a cigar $750, it's not bad because you're worth it. Not because the cigar is worth it. It's because you are worth $750. So you can smoke something that's comparable to you, not the cigar is comparable to the price. All right. So this is where you gotta be content with that. You know, the same effect. You know, after you smoke this cigar, you gotta feel wallet pain. You gotta feel regret. You gotta feel all that stuff. Cigar is only, okay, this cigar is worth $750 not smoked. Okay, if you had it in the box, never smoked it, $750 display, good, that's there, $750. Once you smoke it, boom, nope, $35. Okay, so I know that sounds bad. I know that sounds elegant. It sounds not elegant. It sounds it sounds bad. All right. It sounds like, hey, Tony, you're just flashing it. You just like, you know, how dare you put a cigar that price at 35? But that's what really is. I'm talking about in terms of enjoyment. I'm talking about how much it made me feel like when I smoked this cigar. Right. And it's not perfect. I know they tried, and some people would like to try what those aged tobacco would do for you. And in fact, I've told a lot of people many times that a tobacco after a certain amount of years, it starts to lose flavor. And this is kind of what it is. The flavor you gotta get is mostly from that 4-year tobacco. The rest of them, not that much anymore. Really, that's the truth. Really, that's the truth. I mean, I can think about it. If I age a cheesecake in my fridge for 20 years, it might not get better. Okay, it might not get better. And you know, for you to keep tobacco for that long, I honestly don't think it's on purpose. Okay, so it is what it is. Okay, but if you're gonna, I hope you enjoy it in the way that you feel that fits you. Right? If you're gonna smoke the cigar, forget about the price. Forget about what it is. You're celebrating you. Okay. It's not about the cigar. It's about you, right? When you smoke a cigar, maybe you smoke the cigar. But this cigar, at this kind of price caliber, you're celebrating you. You're smoking for you because you want it and you can, and you have gotten yourself there, right? You made a decision that I can, okay? And this is why you smoke the cigar. And once you do that, celebrate for you. And maybe you'll find a reason. Maybe you'll find a point where you can be content with that reason, where this cigar is worth the $750 for you. Okay, so yeah, hopefully that will be the only one I buy. I will not buy this cigar again. But I will still go back and buy another Oro Blanco. In fact, Eric gave me another Oro Blanco too. I'm gonna smoke that one too. And I don't know if I gotta record another review on it. You guys, I already have 3, 4, I don't know how many Oro Blanco on YouTube, and I think everybody already got bored of. I know that I also smoked on Sticks and Fire back then when it was still existing. That's gone now, but I think at this point I smoke enough Oro Blanco on YouTube, and I don't have to do it again. Okay, so yeah, that will be it for this particular review. If you like it, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share, and let me know if you are gonna buy this one. Eventually, now, maybe, future, or you're never gonna buy this one. All right, love to know, and I will see you guys in the comments. And otherwise, make sure to also check out podcast, check out Patreon, check out membership, check out swag, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.